Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a little bit of lure fishing today. Not something I'd normally do this time of the year, but I'm not feeling the greatest. Coming off over a flu, so just something light and easy today. So this is where we are today, guys. Absolutely stunning place. We're underneath a bridge. We're fishing a dropping tide, hoping to pick up a few pollock, maybe a cod. You never know. Could also be a sea trout. So we give it a lash. And yeah, I'll show you what gear we're using. A couple of rods set up here ready to go. So I'll run you through them and then we'll get fishing. All right, guys. So this is our location today, guys. Flat calm, as you can see, right under the motorway bridge. The water is crystal clear. You can see jellyfish right there. So not far to the car, just parked on that side of the bridge and walked over, climbed down. A bit of a scramble down, but not too bad. Down on the water's edge here. As you can see, absolute glorious day. Around 3.5 degrees today. But in the sun and with a fever from the flu, it feels like 18 degrees. So no big coach today. All right, guys, let me run you through the gear and then we'll come back and start doing a bit of fishing. Okay. So the gear we're using today, the small rod I've got, Samurai. It's upside down there. Hang on. There you go. Samurai, 2.1 meters long, and it's a 10 to 40 gram casting on it. And on the business end is, if I can find it, give me 2 seconds, grab a hold of it. The Savage Gear Pearl White, 15 gram. Stunning lure. So I'll be throwing that one out first. Last time I fished here was about 10 years ago, and white lures did the damage. We had quite a few fish. And then on the heavier gear, we have the Abu Garcia Devil. I believe this one is rated to 40 to 80 gram. Again, it's upside down. Sorry about that. And on the end, we have the Savage Gear Tobus. It looks like a sand eel. Not the correct head for it, but 23 gram. And that should do if I need a little bit further distance out. Got a big box selection here of all kinds of lures, and I've got surface lures and Rapala lures and everything like that. So let's get fishing, guys, and see what we can pull out of the deep. Fingers crossed for a few pollock. Let's get on it then. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's start off with the Samurai and the white pearl. Like I say, tide is going out at the moment, so it is fishing from left to right. My left to right, which is down this way. So I think that's pretty cool there, the camera angle. So what I'm going to do is just going to cast straight out in front of me, and we'll let the tide do the business, dragging the lure outwards out to sea. So we'll let it sink down a little bit. Can we get a first cast fish? Maybe. That would be entertaining. Just check the drag there just to be sure. Get our drag set before we start the wind, and then just the slow wind. The pollock here are very lazy. They don't like fast flowing lures, fast action lures. So what you'll find is they will attack the lure if it's moving slow rather than quickly through this current. That's at least my experience with them. That lure is swimming phenomenally. I am waiting for some lures to come from a company called Lazy Lures. So fingers crossed they will arrive here in Norway pretty soon. And we'll be able to get out and give them a good test and see how we go. Like I say, it's 10 years since I fished here. And the last time me and a friend just absolutely nailed fish on this mark. We weren't able to get the fish into shore before they were. Again, bright sunshine, probably not the best, but we have got bright lures. So they say bright days, bright lures, dark days, dark lures. Right, we'll just let that one sink down a little bit deeper. See if we can get it closer to the bottom. And we'll do some jerk movements on it just to try to entice that fish to come. And again, if this lure isn't doing any good, we can always change it. Plenty of lures in the box. I do like the Savage gear, but I have seen the lazy lures, and oh my god, they look fantastic. They really do. So hopefully the guys will get them out to me, and they'll give them a good run for their money, especially down on marks like this. I'm not going to foam up this area either. I will move around a little bit depending on the tide. The tide is running out until 5 o'clock tonight, so there isn't much we can do in relation to going towards my left, because if any lures come down this way, they're just going to get wrapped around the wall of the bridge, and obviously that's the lure gone. I have got some Rapala surface lures. It does look very sea trouty here as well, very similar to another place I fish where the sea trout are phenomenal. So a bit early for the sea trout for my liking. I like to wait till March, April for them in this area, but they are around all year. So we'll just give this a few twitches, see if we can entice something to come up in the sunlight. And then we'll have a cast with the other rod, change a lure. Maybe they want the little Tobus looking sand eel. Sorry for the English guys. Sand eel lure. So we'll see what happens. Oh, small take there, guys. Small take. And oh, it wasn't a take, it's just a drop of weed. Oh well. Got the heart racing at least. I'm gonna use one of these. This is a Eddie eel, I believe. I've had this one quite some time, possibly 10-15 years. I got a load of them off a friend, so that's how we do it. So what I'm going to tie, it's called a Rapala knot, but other guys I think they call it a perfection loop. This is the way I was shown how to do it many years ago, so I'll quickly show you. The way you do it, you make just one overhand knot, one overhand loop like so. Okay. Ow, ow. And then you take your line. I hope you guys can see this in the sun and everything. You take your line through the eye of your lure, your hook. I do this on my hooks as well, guys. Never failed me. Never failed me. So you end up with this. Okay, like that. Pull this tight, not too tight, so you have enough to get your line back through it again. And then you wrap 3 times around the main line. 1, 2, 3. And then back through your 2 loops. Very difficult to show you on camera here, but you go back through the 2 loops on your main eye. A little bit of saliva. Now, if you pull the main line, it'll make the loop bigger. If you pull the tag end, it'll shorten it up. So you're just gonna, I like to just pull them both together. It gets it right where I want it. Right in the teeth, give it a quick pull, tighten it down, make sure it's all good. Then you get your scissors that you put somewhere where you can't see them, which is here behind me. You take your scissors. I always leave a little tag end. It's about 5mm, something like that. And I can show you now the end result. What you end up is a lure that's free to move within the knot without any add-ons. Now it won't matter for these types of lures. It's mainly for the Rapala lures, the hard plastic ones. They call them wobblers, I believe. So this one is very important for your wobblers. Your wobblers are weighted, specifically designed with the weight of the hooks and everything. So if you put a quick link on there, it'll affect the swim of your lure. These ones, not so much, but this I do like to do. The only bad thing with it is when you need to change a lure, of course, you have to make a new knot. But yeah, it's not the end of the world for me. I prefer that my lures swim free, without any issues. So what I've got here is I've got 40-pound leader, about 2 foot. That's tied with an FG knot. I'm not showing you the FG knot right now, but that's an FG knot tied onto 25-pound braid. So no, don't do that. Yeah, so about 2 foot. You get the gist of that anyway, guys. Right, so we've changed that one out. Let me just double check that. I'm not one as well for burning the tag end. I see a lot of guys do it. There are certain circumstances where you need it, but in this case you don't need it. You don't need to do that. This knot will not break, he says, and it breaks. Watch. Let's see what we can do with this one then. The last time I fished here, we were using these with these eddy lures, eddy eel, I think they're called. A long, long time since I got them, but we were using the white ones, and they weren't as long. My God, we were banging fish all day long. In fact, we left here because we were, we were tired of catching pollock. We actually left here and went somewhere else to try for sea trout. I have a chest harness on, but I don't think it'll be any good to us to see the lures in the water. That one's actually quite difficult to see, the blue color, but we also have to be aware of boats coming in and out here. They do come flying through here, so you need to be aware of that before you cast. Just double check, make sure there's no boats coming. You see a boat, just wait. Just wait. It's not the end of the world to wait a minute for a boat to come through. Rather that than get your gear lost or stuck up in his motor and stuff. So a couple of more casts with this, and then we'll move over back onto the Shakespeare pearl white, and we'll see what we can see if we can get. We need to get one fish out of here. I do tend to have a rule of nobody goes home till we get one fish. So hopefully that's not too long. That was a really bad cast, but I did manage to get it. Just cast over a wall there, but the tide managed to pull the lure around before the line actually sat on top of the wall. So bit of luck there. Let's see. I was considering to go on the other side of the bridge, but the climb down just looked a bit too precarious, a little bit too steep. And there is a couple of rock marks that I did find. There was a gate actually that led into the rock mark with some steps down. So that was very interesting because as I was walking along, there's also a lot of worm bed there. So I have a place to get some worm. I missed the tides this week with being sick. But at the end of the month, there's some really good tides coming. So I'm going to get some worm. We're going to go over there and try for a few plaice, maybe a few dabs and flounder as well. It looks perfect for the place, actually. Really good looking location. Not very deep. It's probably 9 feet at the most over there. Here we're fishing in 7 meters, around 21 feet. So, yeah, that's the beauty with Norway. I mean, there's so many locations you can go. There's so many ways you can try to fish. You know, it doesn't always have to be bait fishing. I'm doing some float fishing. I also like to do some fly fishing in September. Go do some fly fishing for sea trout in the fjords. I'm just going to cast out that way. It's going to drag me towards the bridge, so the tide pull will be pretty substantial. But hopefully I can keep up with the lure and see if we can bag a fish. I can get down a little bit lower too without slipping in. I'm trying to fish here in the shadow of the bridge where it's not so bright. Maybe that's the key. Hopefully you can hear me. I can't remember the conditions over here the last time I fished it, to be honest. I think it was overcast. I have a photograph of me standing here with a 6-pound pollock. It was a good fish. Good scrap in these pulling tides as well. Come on now, let's have you. Oh, really would ideally like to be able to get this right down the side of this stone wall, but the tide is pulling it outwards, so I'm not able to drag it along the kelp bed, the edge of the kelp, sorry. Don't forget, guys, if you wouldn't mind, if you press the like button and subscribe. Free to subscribe on YouTube, so that's nice. I'm not sure if that was a bite there or hitting the weed. Oh, that was interesting. Let's go back out there again with a new lure. This one is another Savage Gear. It's called a Lemon and Black. Got the nickname the Pollock Destroyer from me some time back because every cast it was getting pollock. So I managed to dig one out of the bottom of the lure box there. So it's not got the right head on it, but I don't think it's the head that matters. I think it's more the movement and the body color. Let's see. Now my expectations are high. Again, it's the beauty of fishing. You just got to keep plugging away. Eventually there's a fish out there dumb enough to take one of these things. Oh, I really wish I could get you guys some footage. Alright guys, welcome back. New location. We were just over here around the corner on the bridge. So now we're changed location. It's very shallow here. Checked it out as I was walking around. So we're going to change tactics now. We're going to go for this Rapala 12 under the water. If you got any snags, we just let go. It should pop up. It's full of rattles, as you can hear. So hopefully it'll entice something out. There could be a sea trout in here, possibly a bass, but I seriously doubt it. So we'll give it a lash. We'll see what happens, guys. I'll try and get a fish out of here somehow, haven't we? This thing doesn't cast very far either, so it's a pretty close quarters fishing, shall we call it. So yeah, but hey, what a place, huh? There's a little island. There's a crickety old stairs there that I climbed over to get to this, or came down, shall we say. Didn't climb over anything. Not that agile. But the swim action again on the Rapala lures, by far better than anything on the market. Yeah, let's just put the fish around that wants to take it. The sun is currently going down, so is the temperature, so it's getting pretty nippy. I think once that sun is down below the tree behind me, it'll be time to call it a day. We might have a YouTube blank video. So sorry guys if that's the case, but it shows you the reality too of Norway. It's not always that you can throw a lure or bait in the water and come up with fish. It doesn't work that way here. Up north maybe, but even up north they have blanks as well. So just wish these Rapala lures were just a smidgen heavier, just to get you that little bit distance, a little bit more distance. I think these are more for trolling on your boat, I guess, having them out the back of your boat, for the back of your boat. So, but hey, I've had fish under my feet, especially in Ireland. Bass fishing, wade up to hit depth, and a bass swam between my legs. Last two. I wouldn't say it was a double, but it was 5, 6 pound. You just want that one fish. I'm going to move around this island because it is shallow. And I'll try and get you guys a clip of the other side too. We're still on the same mark. I've just spun us around now. Keep going with this Rapala lure and see if we can get one little fish. One fish. If not, the video will be called Scenic Places in Norway. Yeah. I think I felt the bite. Or did I feel some weed? What was that? Was it weed? Yes, it was weed. Got my heart racing though. It did. Got the old ticker tapping. That was nice. Yeah, making YouTubes is fun. Blanking is not. We might try the other bridge another day. I honestly think this will be better with lugworm fished on the bottom. I have tried over on the far side of here with a fly rod once. No luck, nothing. Very, very shallow. I think I can walk across this bay, to be honest. It's that shallow. But there's got to be some fish in there somewhere. Anyway, nothing happening. What do I do? I think I'll do an ending, guys. I think we'll call it quits. I will edit most of the garbage out. Hopefully make a very short video. This is Rogaland Fishing Adventure. Welcome to my scenic video. Sorry for the lack of fish this time, but hopefully the next video will be a lot better. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and a thumbs up like if you wouldn't mind, please, on the video. And I'll catch you next time. Promise you, I ain't going to cast out again. That's it. I'm done. Sun is going down. I'm cold. Maybe I'll have 1 or 2 more casts. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a good one.